Oh, hi, I'm Ward Detweiler with SpinTech. So 10 million Americans suffer from neurological disorders each year, putting tremendous demand for diagnostic imaging services. But the problem is that conventional imaging technologies are simply unable to adequately detect biomarkers critical for proper diagnosis and treatment in a clinically meaningful time frame. Now, all this increasing demand is putting incredible strain on the radiology industry, which is already overburdened. They're seeing decreased reimbursement, radiologist shortage, and a shift in care delivery that's making it critically important that we find solutions that not only provide enhanced diagnostic capability, but also increase throughput and improve clinical efficiency. And that's just what we've built at SpinTech with our stage imaging platform. We harness the power of MR data to reduce the time required for comprehensive brain imaging by over 40% while providing significant enhancement in diagnostic and detection capabilities. And the proof is in our images. You probably can't see it from back there, but this is a comparison of a traumatic brain injury case, comparing our recently FDA-cleared SPIN SWI software to conventional imaging, and we see a 5x enhancement in biomarker detection with this software. But it doesn't stop just at TBI. With our software platform, in a single scan on any existing equipment, we're able to provide quantitative biomarkers that we can automatically detect across a range of neurological diseases. This means faster, more accurate, earlier detection, driving better patient outcomes. So we have a very tangible clinical value proposition that's going to help drive adoption, not the least of which is if you've ever had an MRI done, imagine being in there for 40% less time. It'd be a godsend. But the radiologists like this even more, because that means they can see 10 to 15 extra patients per week. Over the course of a year, that means $500 to maybe $1 million in increased reimbursement that they weren't getting per scanner. So they really love this. That's enough to kind of already drive our adoption, in addition to the clinical benefits that we provide. And we have plenty of runway as we get going. The global diagnostic imaging market is worth $36 billion a year, primarily driven by software sales more and more. That's the kind of what's really driving growth for these companies. And with 15 million annual US brain scans, we see revenue potential just in neuro, just in the US, $750 million per year. So we were founded in 2017, but we already have a tremendous amount of traction. Our first product is through the FDA. Following that is a really robust product pipeline with a strong patent portfolio protecting all of that. And our technologies have been validated with over 100 papers published by our team. But more importantly, or more to the point of validating, of the partners we've worked with. We've worked with nearly every MR manufacturer on the market, in addition to pharmaceutical companies and AI companies who are using our data sort of as a feedstock to drive their auto detection, in addition to 35 global research sites who are helping to provide clinical use cases validating our technology. Pushing all this forward is an experienced team of managers led by our founder and chief science officer, Dr. Mark Hakey. He is truly one of the top 3 or 4, he probably even would be mad at me using that number, minds in the world of MR physics, invented some of the really foundational ways MR works, supported by a team of managers across key business areas, and also some really expert advisors helping to drive our business strategy forward. We're really focused on getting widespread adoption as quickly as possible. To do that, 2019, we're focused on clinical pilot sites. We already have 7 engaged. Our goal is to have 10 by the end of the year. That's to validate the clinical impact, to quantify that, drive our marketing message ahead of the FDA clearance of our stage platform, which will come in Q4. In 2020, we start commercial sales with a reimbursement-linked revenue model, going to market with an annual license model. So this comes in under kind of the capital budget restrictions, kind of avoiding that long hospital sales cycle, with really growth being driven by channel partners down in the future. So direct sales to start, but really channel distributors later down the road. And we see this growing into about a $23 million revenue opportunity by 2022 with $8 million in profit. We need about $5 million to get to profitability and scale. And once we get there, we're in a very active exit environment. And just to tell one kind of quick anecdote, IBM bought a company called Merge for $1 billion about 2 years ago. They bought this company strictly on the value of their imaging database. We were at a major radiology conference, RSNA in Chicago in November. And several radiologists walked up to us and told the same exact kind of story. They looked at our data and they went, wow, IBM just wasted $1 billion. So with that, we'll open it up for questions.